The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles is a book that presents a set of rules that once followed are guaranteed to make you rich. It will show you how to reach any goal you imagine and provide value to others along the way. In this video we will go through the key takeaways and ideas from The Science of Getting Rich, but before we do, feel free to subscribe for more book summaries weekly, like this video if you find it informative, and share it with a friend if you think it would also be helpful to them. Takeaway number 1. True success in life. To do what you want and develop your talents, you will need many things, and all of them cost money. You will need money to become all you're capable of becoming, and no one can have all that he wants without money. It is not possible to live a really complete or successful life unless one is rich. Becoming what you want to be is a true success in life, and this is always done by making use of things, which can only be bought with money. This is why understanding the science of getting rich is the most important knowledge you can ever attain. There is nothing wrong in wanting to be rich, as it's simply the desire for a fuller and more abundant life. Desire is possibility-seeking expression, or function-seeking performance. There are three motives for which we live: body, mind, and soul. None of them is better than the other. All are desirable, and none of them can live fully if any of the others is cut short of its full potential. It's not right to live only for the soul and deny mind or body, or live for the intellect and deny body or soul. And the third option, living only for the body while denying mind and soul, is something many are familiar with and the consequences it brings. Real life means the complete expression of all that a man can give forth through body, mind, and soul. No man can be truly satisfied unless his body is living and fully functional, and the same is true for his mind and soul also. Takeaway number 2. What you don't need to get rich. Getting rich is not a matter of the environment. You will often see rich and the poor living side by side, and even in the same vocations. It's also not a matter of talent. Many talented people are poor, while many others with very little talent get rich. Having capital is also not a requirement to getting rich. It only speeds things up. If you're already rich, you're already there. You can only get richer. If anybody else in your town can get rich, so can you. Wealth is not monopolized. If certain ways of getting rich are not available to you, that doesn't mean all of them are. The law of becoming wealthy is the same for all. Having a jump start is just a bonus. Furthermore, there's no deity that's keeping you poor. The universe actually wants you to have everything that you want to have. So if the universe wants it, why don't we all have all that we want? Well, that's because getting rich is the result of doing things in a certain way. Anyone who can do things that way can get rich. Having no friends, influence, no resources will not stop you from getting rich if you begin to do things this way. Takeaway number 3. The Formless Substance. There is a formless substance from which everything is made. It's an intelligent thinking substance and permeates everything around us. A thought held in it produces the form of the thought. Thought in thinking substance produces shapes. Man can form things in his mind and impress his thought upon thinking substance, which can cause the thing he thinks about to be created. The results are not instantaneous though, and it might take multiple years for the thing a man thinks about to be created. But still, the first step towards getting rich is to convey the idea of your wants to the formless substance. Unlike any other beings, we are thinking creatures and we can imagine things, thus creating thought. Everything we see around us that is man-made was first just an image in somebody's mind that came to life through the process of creation. Improving the way you think is the first step to getting rich, because the only way to create wealth is by beginning with your thoughts. Takeaway number 4. Think in a certain way. Don't be competitive. Be creative instead. Don't take from people more than you give in value. You don't have to beat anyone in business, and if your business beats people, get out of it. Provide more value than you take in cash. This way you add value to the world with every business transaction. Wealth is not a finite resource, it's unlimited, and we keep creating more as the demand rises, so there's enough for everyone. This is why you must look for ways to add more value to others as well as yourself, instead of looking only at personal gains. Once you impress your thought upon the formless substance, the process of creation begins, and the outcomes you want are slowly starting to roll in. It's very important to be grateful for it, as the attitude of gratitude draws you closer to the formless substance. The grateful mind is constantly fixed upon the best, therefore it tends to become the best. Make your goals clear, detailed, and definite. Create a clear mental picture of your goals and have it in your mind at all times. The more clear the mental picture you have and the more detailed it is, the stronger the desire will be. Now that you have the picture needs a purpose and the faith that it's at hand, and you just need to take it. Takeaway number 5. How not to think. Apply your willpower only to yourself. Use it to think and do the right things, and do not project it on others. Giving money to the poor will not help them, as it doesn't solve the underlying problem. Prove to them that they can become rich by becoming rich yourself. The poor do not need charity, they need inspiration. Don't think about poverty or anything related to it. If you're poor or were poor in the past, put the past behind you and look ahead. The only way to get out of poverty is believing you can become rich and acting towards accomplishing that. Listening to anything contradictory to that will only keep you poor. The man who only lives for pleasures will only have a partial life and will never be truly satisfied. Extreme altruism nor extreme selfishness are good. You should make the most of yourself, both for yourself and for others. You can help others more by making the most of yourself than in any other way, and you can make the most of yourself only by getting rich. Takeaway number 6. Act in a certain way. When you have the vision of what you want to achieve, you must also act in a way that will make it come true. Thought and personal action must be combined. And you must act now, as you cannot act in the past, nor can you act in the future, as the future is not here yet. By thought, the thing you want is brought to you. By action, you receive it. Act now, as you don't know if you will act in the future if the situation changes. Put your mind in the present action. Don't postpone action until you get into the right environment, as you cannot be sure whether you ever will. To achieve any desirable goal, you must act now, in your current environment. You cannot act in the past or future. You can only act where you are, so it makes no sense to delay action. Don't wait for your environment to change so you can begin acting. Change your environment by acting instead. In order to advance, you must be bigger than your current place, and once you become, pursue advancement. Choose the right vocation, as you don't want to be stuck doing something you don't enjoy for the rest of your life. You can succeed in any field, even the ones you're not super talented in, but keep in mind though that it will be much easier for you to advance in a field that you're naturally talented for. Do everything that you can do in a day on that day, but don't overwork. Don't try to do a week's work in a day. Efficiency is more important than the amount of things you do. If your acts are inefficient, the more acts you do, the worse it is for you. Everything you do inefficiently is actually a failure, and everything you do efficiently is a success. If you keep stringing successes one after another, you are guaranteed to reach your goal eventually. The cause of failure is doing too many things in an inefficient manner, and not doing enough things in an efficient manner. Don't seek mastery over others. You don't need to rule over others to become rich. Seek to live your life fully and keep growing. Live the truth and spread it so you also inspire others and help them get rich along the way. To summarize, the true success in life. You need money to become all you're capable of becoming, and no one can have all that he wants without money. Furthermore, no man can be truly satisfied unless his body is living and fully functional, and the same is true for his mind and soul. What you don't need to get rich. Getting rich is not a matter of environment, talent, or having capital. Wealth is not monopolized, and there is no deity that's keeping you poor. Getting rich is the result of doing things in a certain way, and everyone who does things in that way can get rich. The formless substance. There is a formless substance from which everything is made. A thought held in it produces the form of the thought. Man can form things in his mind and impress his thought upon the formless substance, which can cause the thing he thinks about to be created. Think in a certain way. Don't be competitive, be creative instead. Give more in value than you charge for your product or service. Always be grateful, as gratitude draws you closer to the formless substance. Create a clear mental picture of your goals and have it in your mind at all times. How not to think. Apply your willpower only to yourself. Do not project it on others. Don't think about poverty or anything related to it. If you are poor or were poor in the past, put the past behind you and look ahead. Make the most of yourself, both for yourself and for others. Act in a certain way. Act now, as you cannot act in the past, nor can you act in the future. Don't postpone action until you get into the right environment. Change your environment by acting instead. Become bigger than your current place and pursue advancement. Efficiency is more important than the amount of things you do. If your acts are inefficient, the more acts you do, the worse it is for you. Thank you for watching, and make sure to get the book and read it or listen to the audio version. I'll leave affiliate links in the description so you can also support the channel with no additional cost to you if you want. As a final note, let me just clarify that this is a summary of a book, it's not any kind of advice. I hope you found this video useful. Also, there's one new book summary out every week, so feel free to leave suggestions to which book I should be reading next, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Feel free to subscribe for more content, leave a like on the video so more people can actually see it, and share it with a friend if you think it will help them. I'll see you next week, so enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye!